That was quick. X. Hello, Amritpal. That's right, second. Did you add more horsepower, or you just saw the boosted post on my Facebook page saying that every day 10 to 11? Yeah. Amritpal, right out of the gate. Well, Amritpal, she moved to another city, do you mean? So she's not in the same city? Where did she move? She moved out, or she moved on, or she moved to a different city? If she's moved to a different city then and found another boyfriend, then I can't see what she's doing. If she's moved on from you, from the relationship, and found another boyfriend and still calls you up and wants to have sex with you, then I can't make any sense out of it. Obviously, the one whom she has found and is in relationship with is not the complete package for her. So in some levels, she's not so sure about her choice. And you need to stop focusing on what she wants and be in control of what it is that you want, and see if that kind of a relationship or interaction is something that you feel comfortable with, or you could approve, suits you or not. Be in the driver's seat. Don't wait and question what she wants. Focus on what you want. What do you see this as? Is it satisfactory to you? Is it acceptable to you? Or do you want to possess her, meaning you want her to have this image of you two being the couple, and so on and so forth, the reasons that pleases you in your psyche or in the eyes of the others. or in the eyes of your ego. Or you might just say, well, you know, you're going on with your life, you're in pursuit of what you're looking for, and in the meantime, she's there for you when you guys feel like being with each other, together. As far as what she wants, who knows? There was a movie I watched, and in that movie, it was a comedy, and this guy tells the other guy who was going through difficulties or challenges with his wife, and he said, he who knows what the woman wants knows everything, but even God doesn't know that. So on that note, don't have to really try to figure out everything that women want. Just try to do your best and see if you can interpret it, or if you can live with it, or if you just simply want to ignore it. Otherwise, it'll become possibly too much of a puzzle to be engaged in every day for everything that your girlfriend wants, and so on. So unless it is very clear and reasonable, then no problem. But if it's puzzle, let it be puzzle. You don't have to solve everything. Just manage. So, Excalibur says, what kind of a... Excalibur says, I can't believe I never asked you this question, this Mehran, lol, which... And then he continues, what kind of music does the Psyche master like? Oh, well, in university time, of course, I liked the 70s movie. I mean, not movie, 70s music. It was always with good beat, good for dancing, disco music. At the time, that was what I would enjoy. And I enjoyed, you know, discos and, you know, stuff like that. So the kind of music was things like, you know, music with lots of beats that you could actually, you know, have a good exercise when you listen to them or dance with them. A disco dance style. Otherwise, I like symphony, I like classical, I like jazz, I like sometimes hip-hop, but mostly the old-fashioned rock, like the 70s and early 80s music. Michael Jackson stuff and, you know, things with beat. Anyhow, and Gypsy King music is also one of my favorites. Depends on the mood, I guess. Mika says, hello Mehran, happy Sunday and happy Father's Day. Thank you very much, Mika. I appreciate it. And hello to you as well. Happy Sunday to you all as well. And happy Father's Day to whomever has children. Mika says, must share with you, I've lost 32 pounds. Aha! Since focusing more on myself, and that happened since I came across your videos in February. Good. My confidence is coming back and in better control of my life. Excellent. Good to hear that. More power to you. Continue on that right path. Do it for the reasons that are real reasons, such as health, fitness, feeling good, exchange of energy with nature. All that happens when you're eating healthy, more healthy, or healthier, exercising, and engaged in positive activities, keeping your mind and body both fit and coordinated. And a bit of meditation wouldn't hurt either. Sushant Kumar says, hi Mehran, Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Sushant. I appreciate that. Alexandra says, hi dear. Hello, Alexandra. Excalibur says, wow, Mehran, if God doesn't know that, what women want, then we're pretty much, yes, we are sometimes. John Smith. John Smith. Is it the first time you're here, John? Or have you not shown up for a while and we forgot about you? John says, I have a question. Remember, guys, what is the protocol? Where are you tuning in from? How old you are? And if you're a man or a woman. Don't forget, I need to know that before I answer your questions. That helps me to know a little bit about you, culturally, gender, age, helps me to deliver to the tune that it would be most effective. So, John, spill it out. Where are you tuning in from and how old you are? Obviously, we know you're a man, John. So while I read your question, please put that information in. I'll go check before I answer. John says, I have a question. My ex dumped me out of the blue and told me that it was for her. Kept bothering her because I could not accept that as the real reason she broke up with me, and I went down. And I went down a rabbit hole so far that she ended up getting a sheriff to come talk to me and wants a restraining order. Let's see if I know that information that I asked for, John. 25 male, America. United States, you mean? Or Mexico, Canada? So I take it it's from US. Now, John, what is the question? We know what happened. You just told us. She broke up with you and you wanted to know why, and then eventually got too much and she called the police on you to talk to you and maybe getting a restraining order. So why do you think it's important for you to know why? I mean, who really cares why? You know, it's like saying you went to buy apple fruits, and the fruit that you wanted to buy was too expensive. And you couldn't leave it alone and decide whether you want to buy it, you think it's worth it, it fits your budget, it's suitable or not. Does it worth that spend that much money to get that taste? Does it worth to spend that much money to get that taste? I say it again. Does it worth to spend that money to get that taste, that pleasure, enjoying that fruit or not? And instead, you wanted to know why the store had put that price. What is the relevance of the why to the actuality of the price of the fruit and your ability to make a decision whether or not this is a suitable purchase or worthwhile purchase, a balanced trade-off for the money you pay and the taste you're going to get or what you're going to get for that money, for that effort or not. Why would it matter why the store has priced that fruit, that apple, that much? Why? All it matters is that the store has put that price on and you are in control of finding it suitable for the taste you're going to get or not. Is it worth it to pay that much money for that taste of that apple or not. That's all it matters. And so, if a girl is not interested in you or doesn't want to continue a relationship, why do you think she's that important for you to be with her? Why? Why would it matter why she did that? All it matters is that you can no longer qualify her to spend your time and energy and interest on that relationship with her because she's no longer qualified. What is the point? What is that what makes a girl qualify for you to spend your time and energy with her? If there are many things that makes a girl qualify for you, for anyone, but the one most important qualifier or disqualifier point in all that is that if she also wants to be in a relationship with you or not. If she doesn't, she's disqualified. It doesn't matter why. Because you don't want to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. That's a disqualifier. Why would you? Why would you spend your time, effort, money, attention, anything, energy to be with someone who's not giving enough respect or reciprocation of emotions and interest to be with you? That should be the first and the most important qualifier or disqualifier reason for you wanting or not wanting to be with someone. So why don't you be the boss here? Why don't you be in control of the situation and say, as soon as this woman expresses her willingness or wish not to continue a relationship with me, I no longer want to be with her, because that is the one thing that makes me decide if she is qualified or not. And instead of that, you want to know why, as if she's doing you a favor to be with you, and as if you are an inferior character or person that you will be blessed if she's with you or not. Who gives a damn about if she wants to be with you or not? You should only give a damn about a woman who wants to be in a relationship, or you want to be in a relationship, if she wants to be with you. If she does, then you make the effort. If she doesn't, you respect her wishes, but you respect yourself and you move on. Move on, find other opportunities that is more suitable and reciprocating in the emotions and the efforts and interests to have a relationship with you. Just think about it. What's so special about her? I've discussed this in other videos. What's so special about her? What? What? Does she know the kind of information that would be so detrimental to the world's stability, cosmos's movements of the stars and planets, the equilibrium of the development and expansion of universe? Is she the one who cures the common cold or people's misfortunes and diseases? Is she the one who brings food and nutrients and helps people around the world to be given nourishment and be safe? Is she responsible for the safety and comfort of the people? Can she cure diseases of the people? Can she bring protection and safety for people? Is she going to help with the purity of air and water? What is she all about? What is her specialty that you think she's so important that you should be devastated if she doesn't want to be with you? What? All she has done, all she is, when a woman doesn't want to be with you, when a woman no longer want to be in a relationship with you, when her choice has changed, where her decision or interest has changed in being in a relationship with you, she no longer wants to be in a relationship with you. When that happens, then what is it that makes you still want her? What is it that you think she's bringing to you? Nothing other than intimacy and sex. Because when a woman doesn't want to be with you, she's not offering her consciousness. She's not offering anything that could create a bond in that relationship. Then that relationship worth nothing, even if you would still hang around with her, or she would hang around with you. Because in relationship, if there is no willingness or interaction or bonding on consciousness level, it will never get anywhere. So if that recipe, intention, is not there, then all you really want from her or can get from her, in your opinion, that all you can think that she's good for, because she's not good for anything else, because she's not going to bond with you, she's not going to have any kind of a relationship on consciousness level with you, which is her. Her consciousness is her. Your consciousness is you. If these two don't have interactions, what is that relationship good for? Where does it go? Nowhere. It's only physical. And the physical pleasures that you could get from each other, you can get it from any other woman that meets your physical expectation and standards. So, if a woman doesn't want to be with you, there's nothing special there for you to pursue for that relationship. And it doesn't matter what the reason is. All it matters is that she's no longer qualified because she failed the criteria that is necessary for you to accept, to pursue and make efforts in building a relationship with that woman. Simple. Move on. She's not the reason for your worth and value in life. Who is she? What has she accomplished in life that being with her makes you a better person or bigger person or more what? You gotta go build your own life, bring your worth and value on your own merits, accomplishments in life, helping the things in this life, in this universe, in this nature, people that you interact with, to good people that you interact with, to help them and help the nature and everything else, life in general, to grow and develop. Your projects, what you want to learn, what you're interested in, your connection with the universe and nature, that's what brings you being more an important person. Not being with a woman who, on top of everything else, doesn't want to be with you. A relationship is not what makes you really become the person that you want to be. What you accomplish, your contentment, your understanding life, exchange positively energy with the society, community, help the community and society and the world in general to become a better place. That is what makes you confident and become the person that you think you should be and gives you worth and value. Not somebody wants to be in a relationship with you or not. And as soon as they don't, they are no longer qualified. And you should be the one to be in control of your life and move on and find other opportunities and possibilities. So, Harshil says, hello Mehran, hello dear. Cat Super Queen says, hey Mehran, good afternoon. Am I late? No, you're not late. The bus is still here. And she says, happy Father's Day, thank you very much. This Cat Super Queen. John Smith, okay, we answered that. Excalibur says, the only protocol following member Mehran is David. He's more German than... All right, now, John Smith. Yes, US, okay. And John Smith says, I was with her for 3 years. I begged her to talk to me one more time, but she refused. I stop you right here. Please watch the video I have called I Kept Begging My Ex or something to that effect. I want you to watch that video because there's a lot to say there that you would need to hear. I kept begging my ex or my GF. Just use the word begging in the search engine in my channel. And he continues, my question is, how can I get her off my mind? Well, John, there are over 1,000 videos on this channel. Go and search on my search engine of the channel, how to forget my ex, how not to miss my ex, how to forget someone. There are all kinds of videos will show up. Almost anything that you're feeling after your breakup, anything that comes to your mind, a thought, if you write it on the search engine of my channel, there's bound to be a bunch of videos coming out of it. We are now hit way over, it's not like 1 or 2 over 1,000, like maybe 100 over 1,000 videos. About 300-400 of it is about what we really are put together, how we are put together, what we really are. The role of our thoughts and consciousness, the relationship between our thoughts and consciousness, the role of our ego, desire, and fear in our day-to-day negotiation of our life. If you know yourself, go to the playlist called The Psyche and find out where fear comes from. What is its role in affecting you, the way you feel and act and react? How about desire? What is desire all about? Where does that come from? How is that born? And then what is the role of desire in how you feel and act and react? What about ego? What is ego? Where does that come from? What is the role of ego in how you feel, react in your daily life? The relationship between thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, and ego, how you're put together, your conditionings, what is the order of your life, the mechanical process. All of these are things that you really need to know before you try to resolve and deal and manage the matters of your life, including your social behavior, social reactions, your emotional reactions to things, including your relationship and so on. You need to know that. Either go on my channel and look at the videos on the playlist The Psyche, and then everything else that I'm saying in the other 800-900 videos, you will have a way better understanding. However, there's enough videos on this channel that can help you move on with your life happy, strong, confident, like you become the warrior of this life, the wise of the world for yourself in your life, be in control of it. I have made everything clear for you, why you feel the way you feel, the way you act and react, through the videos and through the books that I've written. You all know, if you go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, you have a chance to book an appointment to have a consultation, one-on-one Skype consultation with me, and together we'll explore your situation, help you to understand it and move on and become strong and healthy again. And also on the same site, mindthatseekstruth.com, you'll be able to see the books that I've written, and you can click on the book. Each book has a short video right beside it, tells you what the book is all about. Then you can click on the book, you can see the table of contents of the book, all what is in that book you can see. And then from the table of contents, you can see if that book is for you or not. And then you can click on it again, and you will have a sample chapter that you can read and see if you like that book. And I highly recommend that you go on and purchase this book, Me, My Psyche and I. Me, My Psyche and I, and Transient Thoughts and Me, and the Breakup Pain Handbook. These are the books that I have written for you guys to get you out of the things that you go through. These books are heavy, so they're expensive. They're anywhere from $80 to $105. But I have turned them into ebooks because many of you told me you really want the books, you want the information, but they're so expensive. And they are because they're heavy for shipments. It costs $30-40 just to ship them across the world, and the shipping is included. However, because of that request, I have spent money, turned all these books into ebooks. And the ebooks are sold on Amazon for anywhere from $20 to $34. But on my own site, mindthatseekstruth.com, you can buy this one, 600 pages, for $6.99, $6.99 ebook. You can buy this one, the one that I highly recommend for everyone to have it, me, my Psyche, and I, $5.99. And this one, Transient Thoughts and Me. These are the thoughts that comes to your mind and you didn't have anything to do with them. You didn't invite them. You don't know what they are, what to do with them, what does it have to do with you, how to manage them. That's $4.99. So obviously these prices are not designed for me to be rich. You all know that. But they're designed for me to respond to your requests that you want to have this information, but you can't afford it because of the exchange rate with the US dollar. Indian rupee or Iranian rial or Australian dollar, whatever it is, now you have no excuse. A cup of coffee or tea costs more than these books now. You can buy one of them or two of them is like for $10. All three of them is like $15. But buy the one that you want. If nothing, buy Me, My Psyche, and I highly recommend it. That will be something for you to have, to read it on your leisure time. One chapter here, one chapter there. They're not a storybook. You don't have to follow the chapters. You can pick what you want according to what your question may be on that particular day. So go on and do it and get that book. It is very important for you to have it on your library for your references. Now, let me see. So, and he continues, says, my question is, how can I get it off my mind? Yeah. So you go on my channel and search for, I kept begging my ex, and or how to forget my ex, how not to miss my ex, and all that, and you'll have enough information there. And he says, I think about her constantly. Yeah, that's normal. You're a guy, you think about sex all the time, and when you think about that, the most recent girlfriend that you had with emotion involvement in a relationship, you will think of her. And that's why. It's not because she's all that and you gotta have her in order to complete your life. No, it's because of that you're programmed to like girls. You're a heterosexual male, you like girls, and you always think of sex. And when you think of that so many times during the day, by default, you'll always remember the most recent relationship that you had, and you remember of her. And then you think it's her that you want. No, it just happens to be she's the most recent relationship you had. So go on and explore. There's so many wonderful opportunities and wonderful girls who would want to get to know you. And if you, have the opportunity and create that opportunity, get to know them, be friend with them, see how you guys match on consciousness level, and go further and see where it leads, and both of you mutually would have perhaps a wonderful relationship if you guys focus on all the opportunities and possibilities out there and not be so foolishly following something, especially someone who doesn't want to be with you. So big deal, she doesn't want it, her loss. Move on. Now, Dana says, hi, how are you, Dana? That's the first time you're here, right? Tuta says, hello, hello, Tuta. And Dana said, hi, how are you? I'm fine, Dana, thank you. I have a question, Dana says. Remember, guys, the protocol. Let me know where you're tuning in from, how old you are, if you're a man or woman. That helps me to address your question more suitable to who you are and where you come from. Cultural background, age, gender helps me to deliver it better. So while I'm reading your question, Dana, please do write down where you're tuning in from, how old you are, and I think that's, I'm not sure if that's a woman's name or not because I'm not familiar with all women from all around the world, but he or she says, I have a question. I'm a woman. There you, okay, that's clear. I'm a woman, and I'm wondering if you can truly be friend with an ex, there is a lot of hesitancy to let go completely, and it feels challenging for me. And Dana, the question would be, why would you want to be friend with the ex? I have a video that talks about, can you be friend with your ex, or something to that effect. And it discusses the fact that usual sequence of events in getting to a relationship with someone is that you get to know. In your case, you're a woman and you're interested in men, so you get to know a man and you further get to know each other more and you become friends. And from that friendship, something more happens and you like each other more, and you get into a serious friendship or relationship, and then eventually you become a couple and, you know, be a boyfriend, girlfriend. And then you naturally want to see where that goes. So when you have come all this way, getting to know each other, be friend, and then eventually move on to a closer friendship, and then boyfriend, girlfriend, intimacy and all that, now it didn't work out. Now, eventually it gets to the point, its duration goes and you guys don't bond on conscious level, or your tastes or decisions change, or whatever happens, it doesn't work. One of you, both of you decide to let go. All right. Now, what's the reason to want to be friend again? Usually it's acquaintance, a friend, and then further on until you become boyfriend, girlfriend, and then see what happens. So now that you have already gone this route and got to that point of boyfriend, girlfriend, and then it didn't work eventually, or broke down in one way or another, one reason or another, so what's the purpose of going back to friend? Where do you want it to go? It will never be like what you expect it to be if you're interested to have a friend. It is not that typical or an always logical expectations to be friend with, and just friend and nothing else with an opposite sex. It happens in many different occasions. That's given. It's possible, and it does happen on a daily basis. But it is not always going to be limited to that. There's always some kind of a hope, especially in the part of the man who is friend with a woman that meets his physical expectations, to want more. So that friendship is really not a real friendship. There's always something else in there from one side, either from the boy's side or the girl's side. But more importantly, it's even worse when you've already been boyfriend, girlfriend, and now want to be friend. That's always going to be weird. Weird because you always are seeing each other with the eye of the past. And the memory, everything you think, it comes from your memory, and your memory is one perceives each other. And because of this background, when you look at each other and you're interacting with each other, there's always going to be that perception based on the experiences you guys had with each other in the past. So you will usually fail to completely see each other as you are at the now, in that moment. Whatever you're doing, it will always be a reflection of the past, a perception of the past, because of the experience you had with each other. And the friendship is never really friendship. There's always something in there. And guess what? Eventually, let's say you guys are friends, and eventually you find another man to be suitable for you, and he may find another woman to be suitable for him, but not all at the same time. While you both are friends, one of you finds a partner. And that's going to be awkward for you and them, and that friendship eventually breaks down again. So what's the use of wanting to be in contact? The reason is because you have memories and you don't want to let go of your memory. So it's not really that you want to be friend with your ex. It's the fact that you want to keep the memory that is where your mind feels a refuge, finds refuge, and feels comfortable and secure. You want to keep that going. And that's not fair neither to you nor to him. And neither to him nor to you from his side. Because then you'll be constantly perceiving each other. You're there for the memories that you had, not for each other. And that will interfere with the quality of friendship that you guys are really hoping and thinking that you can achieve. Because the emotions and the sexual promises or urges or feelings, it's going to be there. Especially the fact that the steps that is necessary for desire to be born is already in your memory files. Because for desire to be born, which you should search my channel for what is desire, how it is born. And when you understand the steps that it takes for desire to be born, it is also recorded in your memory. So every time that you guys are together, something triggers your memory. A memory based on pictorial files is triggered. With that, the steps that is necessary for desire to be born comes along with it. And then you think that those steps have been acted upon again, have been met again, and they're refreshed, and then you desire each other again. And that's where you remember, oh, we actually were boyfriend, girlfriend, and it didn't work out. So it'll be a mishmash. Desire, you want to be together, and you don't want to be together. You want to be friends, but it really doesn't, because you see each other with the eye of the past, and you perceive each other because of the past experience. You guys were in a relationship with each other. So it's just always going to be something there which is not going to let you guys to be the kind of friends that you think you can be, or you hope to be, or both of you think or hope that it would be. And then when one of you finds a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you know, it'll be, again, awkward, and eventually you see it's not working. So remember, you're not really wanting to be friends with each other. You just want to keep that memory and the security that you had in your mind because of those mechanical processes and the order that you had created with each other. You want to attain that again. That's your motivation to want to be friends, I think. And perhaps you will find out by yourself later in time. So, having said that, now we go with John says, thank you, you're absolutely right. Okay then, John. Ayush Raj says, can you compile a breakup video so that anyone can watch on daily basis to move on, just like medicine? Yes, I actually have, almost done. There is a playlist that I'm going to put together. It probably will have something around, I don't know, maybe 50 videos that are most relevant, not relevant, most important. They're not specific about a certain situation. It's general about how one would feel after breakup and what things to do and not to do and focus on to move on. But that prescription is going to be pay per view because the channel needs money. We need to focus on expanding our subscription because we know we have contents that helps millions of people around the world, but we are not known. We are found by accident. We need to do more advertising. We need to do more of efforts and you know, put more time in it. So we need to you know, raise funds, and through the books, the reason I brought them down so low so everybody can afford it, so we can also get some budget to do bigger and better things. And at the same time, this ultimate move on package that I'm putting together will be amazingly helpful for people who would not know where to start from these over 1,000 videos and how to actually get over the problems that they're facing with. And with that, I will put some kind of a dollar number on it, something that everybody can afford, but it's in the works. It will come, hopefully, as soon as we can complete it. Bartos says, hi, nice to see you. Hello, Bartos. Good to see you as well. Excalibur says, Mehran, why did you change the live stream thumbnail? Why not? How do you see it? What does it have on it? What is the thumbnail? Describe to me, because I have made it to be the one that Olga sent me, which is a fantastic one. It looks really good. But I didn't know how to actually input it, so I'm not sure what you guys seeing right now. Other than the ones who are tuned in, you see me, but whoever is not on the live stream right now, there should be some kind of a thumbnail that they would see. I want to see what you guys see. I hope that's the one that Olga has sent me and I have uploaded it. But somehow it still has, it was showing the same old one. So I don't know what I've done. So maybe you can tell me what you see and I'll be able to figure it out if I can fix it or not. Charlie Martin. Bartos says, male 22, 1.5 years after breakup. And he asks, Bartos, where are you tuning in from? You forgot. Where is it that you are watching the YouTube right now? Which country? Bartos says, why almost every time when I have fun, nice meal, party, I feel sad because of she's not there with me? Naturally. I wish she could see that living with me was cool. Yes, that's what you want. You're actually banking on the things that you do and the pleasures that you receive that she would share, and then she would see how good it is. Then she would also be interested to continue the relationship with you. Instead of that, focus that by that thinking you're actually paying ransom for her. In your mind, you're actually bringing excuses and willing to pay ransom for her to be with you, because you want her to show that good food. You want her to share that good food with you. You want her to share that good music with you. You want her to see all those things, and for all those things to feel that you're a good person or somebody that she wants to be with you. In other words, you have created a situation where in your mind you think she's better than you, and you have to convince her. That's not a place that you want to be in a relationship. If you have to convince someone to be with you, she's not qualified. She's not the right match. So you need to focus on who you are and offer your wonderful self to someone who actually sees that and wants to be with you because of your character, because of bonding on consciousness level, because of how you guys make each other feel, not because of the things that should be an excuse or an extraordinary kind of a ransom to offer in order to entice her to come to you, and not just because of you, because of the stuff. Like you have a nice car, she comes with it for, to be with you because of the nice car a little bit. Or you've got money, or you go places that are fun. The fun part should not be the reason for her to be with you. The you should be the reason that she wants to be with you, and you guys will figure out what kind of fun you guys want to have and what you can afford to do and so on and so forth. That's the healthy relationship. But the fact that you're thinking that way, say, oh, if she was here, then it would have changed her mind, see that we are having a good time and we have provisions and opportunity to relax, and these are the reasons that you're banking on her to pay attention to it. That is not good enough. Imagine right now you're thinking if you had money, you would invite her to somewhere exotic in some part of the world, to take her on a trip, to entertain her. To expect a woman to like you because you can entertain her, that's not a healthy relationship. That's not a qualification. You're simply thinking she's better than you, and you're becoming someone to want to please her for no reason. Why? What has she done? If she has reciprocated and have been focused on the same note to make you feel wonderful, then that's fine. But if you're trying to find excuses by offerings so you will be on her good side, that's not a qualification. She's not qualified. She's not the right match. She should want to be with you for you, not for the things that, you know, for chocolate that you offer. If somebody wants to be friend with you, is it for you or for the chocolate? Is it for the good times that you want to share with her to convince her, or is it supposed to be for you? The same way that you like her. You like her for her. You don't like her just because she's invites you in places where it's fun and pleasure. You like her for her. So you should expect the same from her. Stop that. Move on. Watch the videos that I have how to move on and move on. Marco says, 46 Berlin, Germany. Guten Tag. It was an upset today on World Cup, right? What a great team a German team is, and how it was difficult today with Mexico. And Mexico played a real clever game, constantly pulling the Germans in and then hoping for a counterattack. And all the techniques and expertise that the German team always had today was not rolling as it should have. So we hope for better games, I guess, the next time. I still think Germany will come through. So Marco says, hello Mehran, hello dear. After my breakup, I try to fill up my life with good things. Excellent. I travel a lot. But the problem is I can't enjoy all the beautiful things because of the feeling alone. Yes. You are trying to change your geographic location, thinking that the problems reside in a certain geographic area, your city. You're trying to create a distance between you and her in distance, geographically. But the problem, the effects are coming with you wherever you go, because it is the understanding of what has happened, why you feel the way you do, why you act and react the way you do in light of this situation, this relationship, this breakup, is the reason the way you feel. You got to understand that. So when you focus on watching the videos that talks about how to move on, why you feel the way you do, why you miss your girlfriend, all these reasons that are in the videos, which again, I have this package that I'm soon going to release that will give you the main videos that will push you, catapult you outwardly, and the other videos will simply give you more speed to flow and forward going and advancing your life and move on. When you understand all that, then you don't have to travel to create pleasures, new things, to bring your attention to that and mask the natural propensity that your mind has to gravitate toward what is in your memory. Your mind feels secure and goes and fulfills this elusive psychological security by seeking to go into memory. Because in memory, you remember your life the way it was, which it had order. Your mind is a gypsy, doesn't have a home. It looks for a place, a home. And that home is through creating order. That order is created through mechanical process. The things that you do during the day, the things that you used to do with her, the things that was your life was all about. Those mechanical processes would have given you and gave you an order. And your mind is looking for order. And now that it doesn't have that mechanical process, it hasn't been able to find that order. It keeps going back to the memory in order to bring about that order that it desires, to call it home and feel secure. So no matter where you go, what you do, that is not what your mind is looking for. Your mind is looking to understand why you feel that way. You got to understand why your desire are rekindling. If you look at the videos that we have about desire, you will understand that there are certain steps that is necessary for desire to be born. When you go into your memory, you will access the files in there, their memory files. With those memory files, which are all pictorial, there are emotional files, and the files that contains the steps necessary for the desire to be born. And with it, with all those memories, those steps seems like they have just been renewed and refreshed. And then you feel desire again for her. You got to understand all that. When you understand all that, you're no longer fooled, and you understand that you're in control. And the reason you feel you want your ex is because of all these mechanisms, not because that you really need her. No, it's because you're reacting to these emotional files and these files that already exist, experiences, file experiences that already exist, and you're reacting to those files that are no longer real and they don't exist, but you're reacting to the perception, you're reacting to the imprints of those files. And then you think it's actuality. Why? Because thought wants to replace actuality, and it often does. And then you fall and think that you really want her and you miss her, you have to be with her. So these are what you really need to focus and search in the channel. And then watch the videos that I have on "You're Not Alone, You Will Be Fine," or something about loneliness. It's all explained. There is nothing you guys would need more than this channel and over 1,000 videos to know about your psyche, how and why you feel the way you do, why you act and react the way you do, and be able to understand all that, to know the me, the you, and then be able to extend forward, energy forward, and then your body follows your energy that you've extended forward, and you will move on and create and become more confident and create that wonderful, happy life that you all deserve. I hope that would be something to help you out. Marco. Charlie Martin says, I like a girl, but I have anxiety and I would like to ask her out. Those, can I be more confident? Thank you, from Charlie. Well, you don't need confidence to ask somebody out. That's a misconception, that you think you need confidence. Why? It's your thoughts that thinks you need confidence. But in reality, you have created an image of yourself that you will not be accepted, or you got to be more in order to ask her out, because somehow you've been conditioned to think from childhood that you're not enough. And because that condition exists, now that you found something that you like, you think maybe I'm not enough. It's like you never had enough money in your pocket to go to a store, buy the toy that you want. Now that you have money, you always think, oh, I don't have enough money. Maybe I shouldn't even go in there to try to buy it because I've tried many times and I never had enough money. So now you're conditioned to think that no matter what, you don't have enough money. That's not true. In fact, the stores that you're going now to buy your toy doesn't need money. All it is needed for you to say, can I have that toy? Because in that store, often, every day, there's a bunch of toys are for free, but you don't know which one. Unless you ask, you will never know if that toy was actually there for you and they were going to give it to you, because they have a program that there are a bunch of toys that don't need money. What I'm trying to tell you is that you have created this condition in your own mind that you need to be confident or have something, or somehow you think you're not good enough, you may not be accepted. Yes, it's true. You may or may not be the kind or the type, or attract her in one way or another. It's true, but so what? We are men. This is what we are all about. We're supposed to be rejected. We're tough. We can go and ask a girl, and what? What's going to happen? That's the difference. One of the differences between the girls and guys. We are able to take rejection. We're okay with rejection. We're tough. We take the rejection because we want that, to ask the opinion of that girl, that if she wants to go out with us or not. Unless we ask, we will never be rejected. And if we are rejected, that's okay. What all means is that that wasn't the one that was going to go out with you, which means you got to go to the next one. And the more you get rejected, the closer you will be to the one who will actually say, yes, I want to go out with you. Because you don't know which girl likes you, not all the time, but you do know which ones you like, and unless you ask them, you will never know their opinion. So go ahead. You don't need anything. You don't need any confidence or anything, because confidence is just about the fact that you want to ask that girl, and that's confidence enough. When the question arises in your head that you want to know if she wants to go out with you or not, that's enough to go and ask her. You don't need anything else. You don't need an army to back you up, say, oh, support you, go. It's not like you're going to go to a war. Just go ask her. She's no bigger than you. She's no more important than you. It's just that your desire makes her that important. Remember, is it the apple that is important, or is it your hunger for nutrients exist in apple that makes apple seem so important? If apple was important on its own, you would still want apple when you step out of the restaurant with a full tummy and full tummy of food. But it's not. It's only important when you're hungry. So is it the apple that is important, or is it your hunger that makes apple seem so important? So is it her that is so important, or is it your desire to get to know her that makes her so fearful and so makes you be fearful of her, or makes her seem so important? It is your desire. She's nothing special. She's just another human being. And lo and behold, she may actually, be interested to get to know you. Just don't be creepy. Just go politely, nicely, friendly, yourself. Say, hey, how would you like to go for tea? Or how would you like to play tennis? Or what is it that you guys like? My name is this and that. No big deal. So what's a big deal happen? She says no. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Next. Life is about the steps you got to take to get somewhere. Even if you want to go to the second floor or third floor of a building, you got to take steps. But when you take the first step, you're not still on second floor, are you? So what are you going to do? Give up? Go back? No, you take the second step, and third step, a fourth step. Eventually these stairs finish and you get there. So you like a girl, politely, nicely, in a pleasant way, ask her out. She says yes, great. She says no, you go to the next step. Eventually you will find a girl that you like her and she likes you, and you guys get to know each other and become friends and see where that goes. All right. Ayush, right, says everyone here asking same question, how to move on. Even I asked 2-3 times. Do you feel bored by answering some questions every day? No, because I know that you guys will eventually move on and be happy in your lives. And that's good. And hopefully you share the videos that you like on your social media, and you tell your friends, and help this channel to grow and reach more people, help them to know that support exists, so people will be more helpful and resilient and understand themselves, know about themselves. Therefore their life will be a little bit brighter and more in control and manageable, because they know about their own machine. We spend so much time learning about a toaster or a juicer or some machine that you buy, but you never spend enough time to know yourselves, and you only want to deal with life's and its challenges through your physical being, and you think that's all you are. I have videos that talks about what we are all about, mind and body, and the two must both be fit and coordinated, and for that means you cannot approach life only on physical level. You have to understand how to approach life with mind and body both coordinated, which means not just make sure you're fit in the physical form of your entity. Also, you got to spend time on knowing your mind, your thoughts, and the effects of mind, thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, ego, on what you do and how you negotiate life and who you are. And that's how you know what you're all about. And then you have total understanding of how to deal with you. You have all the arsenals that you know, mind and body coordinated, because you know about both of them, and you've spent and made efforts to make both of them to be fit in your life. Get to know yourselves, and that's why I'm here. Dean Winchester. Oh, Winchester reminds me of the Western movies. Hello, I'm 29-year-old, he says, male from USA. Okay. My girlfriend, he says, of 6 years have been rocky. Your girlfriend is Rocky? Rocky Balboa? I hope not. All right. You mean the relationship has been rocky, I understand. I would like to leave her without saying goodbye. Ooh. Is this a good idea? No. Fell out of love with this dishonest girl. Okay. She's maybe dishonest. You guys are no longer interested in each other, or at least you are not. She doesn't meet your standards anymore. And it's all acceptable. And you have the right to move on. But be a gentleman. You want to live life in a way that you will enjoy it 2 times. What does that mean? Make decisions and do things in your life the way that you will enjoy them 2 times. One is when you actually commit to it and do that decision, that action. You make a decision and you do it. So one is when you do that, what it is you decided to do. And 1 time more is when later on you look back and you think of what you did and you still enjoy it, that you did it right. So you live life and enjoy life 2 times. When you think of it wisely, when you think of it through, when you make right decisions, just decisions, the best of your ability and the knowledge that you had at that time and the information that you had at that time, you will make the right decision and you will enjoy it once when you do it, and you'll enjoy it again once when you think about what you did in the past. That's how you enjoy life 2 times. So, regardless of what you think about her, how things have gone sour, you're a man, you're a gentleman, you're supposed to be a representation of protection, strength, fairness, justice. What is a man is all about? Man is not supposed to be only represented because he's a male. Every male is not a man. Everyone who has a dick doesn't make him qualified to be a man. A donkey has a big dick, but that's not a man, it's a male. There's a difference between being a male and a man. Man is about character, is about protection of women, is about compassion, is about strength, is about resilience, is about perseverance, is about fairness, is about kindness, is about everything that we can do to help things grow and develop and be protected, especially women and children. So, you don't like her, it doesn't work out, you have all the right to move on. Nothing bad about that. But do it right. Do it manly. Be kind, be compassionate. Sit her down and say, dear, for one reason or another that you may or may not know, it's not working for us. And I'm no longer happy in this relationship. And I bet you, you are not. And if you're not, you will not be, because if I'm not happy, I wouldn't be the right boyfriend for you. And let's forget about the reasons, but if you want, I can tell you the reasons. And be kind and polite and calm if you tell her the reason. Don't get angry. Because remember, it's all about, when you think back, you will see that you handled it right. Then, simply move on. No big deal. Free yourself, but free yourself in style. Now, Bartosz from Poland, he is, okay, good. And Jesse Schmidt says, hi Mehran, hope you have had a great Father's Day. Yes, thank you very much. Hugo Granados is just a name there, nothing else there. Marcin Ridzek says, I'm 24 years old, guy from Germany. Guys, remember please to click on a like of the streaming so we will be recognized more with the algorithm on YouTube. And please like the videos that you watch and share the videos that you like on your social media. That will help us to be recognized and grow and get more subscribers to help more people around the world and get to be known. So Marcin says, I'm 24 years old, guy from Germany, guten Tag or guten Abend, a year after breakup. I have a problem with comparing everyone with my ex. Well, of course. For example, yesterday I met a really nice girl who liked me, but inside my head, I had some thinking like ex was smarter and more sexy. I felt really bad and sad about that. Well, you should, because you're not living. You're living in your memory. And that is not fair. Not fair to you, because you're missing chances of getting to know the girls who could very well be far better suited for you than your ex. Why? The first and the most important reason is that the ex is no longer suitable or qualified to be with you, because she's not. She's moved on. She broke up with you. So how could you even think that she's better qualified than somebody else. She's smarter than somebody. How could she be smarter if she doesn't want to be with you? But somebody else who wants to be with you, she's not smarter than her. This is how you should look at it. And do not perceive people that you meet. Do not perceive the girls that you go out with. Let them show themselves, see them as they are in the now. Bring your full attention there so you can see them as they are, not that you perceive them based on some information and some experience you have had in your memory, and you're comparing them, and you are exposing someone's picture or character onto them and comparing them, that which doesn't allow you to see who they are, what they are, how they function, how they react and interact in the real situations in life. When you guys go for coffee or sports activities or any other activities, you will not be able to get to know her ever, because you're not seeing her as she is, you're perceiving her as she is, comparing her constantly. Therefore that masks you, doesn't let you even have the privilege of knowing who she is, plus the fact that you are comparing an unfair, because you have an unfair, giving an unfair advantage to your ex. Why? Because you spend so much time and experiences with her to get to know her that much, feel about her the way you do. But with this one, you haven't given that same amount of time and duration of the relationship, experiences and interactions that you've had with the other one, with this one, in that venue of life. First, give her the same amount of time, then see if she's actually smart or smarter in some other areas than that one, and definitely smarter than her, because she's no longer with you, unless you believe whoever is not with you is more qualified to be with you than the one who actually wants to be with you and is spending time and attention to you, for you. And if you are a member of one of those people who belong to a club that says, I don't want to belong to a club that takes me as a member, because they don't think much about themselves, so they think the club that accepts them as a member must not be much either, because they don't think they're much themselves. So this girl who actually gives you the time and her attention to go on a date with you, you don't think she's much because you don't think you're much yourself, and you comparing her with somebody that is actually proven to you that is not qualified to be in a relationship with you, because she's no longer is. She has left. She's broken up. She's not there. But you think the one that is not paying attention to you is more qualified than the one who's paying attention to you. And that's not because this second one is not qualified, because you don't find yourself good enough or qualified to be proud of your choice and your fortune that this girl has accepted to go out with you. Give her enough time, show the same kind of courtesy and attention, and interact with her long enough to see her consciousness and let her see your consciousness. Bond on those levels, then you will in time see that, my goodness, there's so many other women with far better and superior characters than the ones that you have experienced so far. And then you should not compare the two. Each one are special and unique on their own, plus the fact that the one that is with you is definitely more qualified than the ones who are not with you, no longer with you, regardless of what. That's what you should focus on. Now, let's go on to Marco says, Mehran, thank you very much for all the words. The channel is with me since a year and helped me a lot. Thank you very much, Marco. I'm glad and delighted that you find the channel helpful to you. Please do share the videos that you find suitable and you like on your social media. Help us to grow. There was this company out of Germany, the ones who are in Germany, contacted me a few months back that they wanted to translate my videos and use them in their channel or in their site. There's a dating company that apparently they have people go on their site and they pose a question and a certain video comes up and they pay for it to have that question answered. And they wanted to use all my videos and translate into German and so on and so forth. I simply said, well, let me know what your intentions are and then I'll see if that's suitable or not. So I haven't heard from them yet, but I thought if such a company is known in Japan, I mean in Germany, I don't know what their name was. I have all their contact thingies. Well, anyhow, we are going to have some kind of a recipe for everyone, so you can start recovering by watching those videos in any sequence, but there will be a package that will have all the relevant videos to help you start with that process. All right, Marco, again, thank you for being here, and I hope that you will share the videos as often as you could. Oh, there's a little bee here. Oh, it's not a bee, is it? Come on, go on. There we go, thank you. It's not a bee. Charlie says, I just want to ask, I've been asked out multiple times and said no because I can't move on from my ex. Charlie Martin. Again, guys, where are you tuning in from? I don't remember it always. If you're a man or woman, I can't tell from the names or pictures often or always. And how old you are. These things I do need to know. Charlie, I don't know. Maybe I'm not so clever today to know the spelling, how the spelling for man or woman is. But Charlie Martin, let me know if you're man or woman, how old you are, where you're tuning in. Obviously, I think you're a woman because you say you've been asked out. So if that's the case, well, if you think there's something there for you to explore further and the man is suitable for at least an outing, don't jump to a conclusion just because you've been asked out, then you have to accept to be in a relationship if you go out with that person. It just means it's out. Go have tea, go have coffee, go just laugh, ha, and just see what it is. You know, you will find out if it's suitable or not. Just don't go with the idea that, oh, I'm going here, so I have to be committed. Now I've accepted to start a relationship. No, it just means go out. Get that hump out of the way and go, just simply go out and get off that stumbling block in front of you that you think you shouldn't go out. Why not? Go out and see, socialize, and create that energy and see if it's a friendship, if it's more than that, if it's any good or not. Just go out. Doesn't have to have an agenda. When you think that way, then you will say yes. But just make a right decision and go with a, you know, decent character and then see how it comes out. It's socializing. That's all. No other agenda. That's how you should think. And then if it was anything good, then you will feel it later on. But no reason to say no if they are suitable, at least to a certain point, a cordial way. Charlie. Now Alex says, man 23 from Germany. Guten Abend. I still can't understand what someone with whom I was so long, 5 years, could just stop loving me. Ha! What do you think human being is? A machine? It's a dynamic entity. Like everything else in this universe, it changes. The molecules and atoms of everything, every second, every nanosecond is changing to better or worse. And if every particle of us is changing, which we all know, then the whole entirety of us is changing. If the whole universe as a whole and nature and everything in it is changing in every so little way, every second, nanosecond, all the components, all the pieces of this puzzle, which one piece is you, one piece is me, one piece is other people, they're also subject to changes in this universe that as a whole is changing every moment. So what is it that you think someone for 5 years stops loving you? Why not? People change. That's a reality of life. You should expect that. When you expect these sort of things to be a natural movement and development of things, including relationships, then you will not be shocked. One part of the thing about the relationship and breakups, the bad thing about it is that you are shocked because you did not expect things to go that way. You should expect it because everything in this universe changes. And you are subject to change. Your molecules are subject to change. Your consciousness is subject to change. Your taste is subject to change. Hasn't it happened that you used to like certain kind of a food in childhood and no longer like it now? Or for one reason or another, you decided not to have this cake because you've gained some weight and you want to lose some weight. For some reason, health reasons, you change things, and that new way of having changed things becomes your norm, and you no longer even think or have cravings for what you used to have, because you have, through time, had reasons to make those changes, and those changes actually became your default reaction toward that food or activity. Things change, and it's okay. It's part of life, part of evolution. If they don't change, you won't change. Every change makes you change. And who knows, maybe the change that is inspiring you to change, forcing you to move out and take on new challenges and new opportunities, see the world differently, experience different things, could be actually good for you. How do you know that you should be where you are and not change? You want that because your mind wants to feel secure. And in that comfort zone, you feel secure. The norm is the same, the order that you used to it. And now that it's changed, really the reason that you're so devastated is because your order have been changed. When you have a single life, you have a certain order. You have a certain mechanical processes. You do certain things in life from the morning that you wake up through the night and through the day, and different groups you've joined, different activities you have, different job. You take a bus, you go for your coffee, you have this friend, that friend, this activity, that sporting activity, everything else. All these mechanical processes have created a certain order for you. And that's how you were when you were single. And then you met someone, and she had her order and her own mechanical processes, therefore her order. And through order, your mind finds stability and security. And that's why you're looking for order. And you create that through mechanical processes. So you had a certain order through certain mechanical processes before you meet this girl. And she had a certain order through certain mechanical processes before she met you. And when you guys got together, your order of way of doing things was interfering with her order. And her order of doing things was interfering with your order. So you guys had a little bit of a rough time. Not right at the outset. Right at the outset, you were very lenient because you were interested in the sweetness of the occasion and the beginning of the relationship. You were compromising and giving each other all the advantages that you could. But after a while, you start missing your order, and she started missing her order when the beginning heat went on and, passed by. Then when you start missing your order was interfering with her order. And when she started missing her order was start disturbing and interfering with your order. And you guys started talking it, compromising. Eventually, it got amalgamated. You agreed to certain things, and you create a new order, a compromised order, a new order for both of you. And the relationship went on for a few years, and you forgot about your single order, the order that you had before you became partners with each other. And you only remember this new order that you created together over time. And now that they're broken up, the relationship is broken up, you now see that you cannot continue the order that you had created with her, because in that order, there were two actors. That order was no longer a single order. It needed two people to create that order working perfectly, in harmony. And now that it's broken up, that order is no longer the order that you were used to, and you feel kind of devastated and lost. It takes a little bit of time for you to go back to your single order. And remember, this is how it was before you met her. So you'll be fine, because you will find your natural order again. It will take a bit of a time. And until then, you're missing her because of all these order, all these mechanical processes change, all these things that we've talked about in this and other videos. And go on my channel and search for a new order, search for mechanical process, search for psychological security, search for how not to miss my ex, search for why do I miss my ex, search for I miss my ex because of this, or you miss your ex because of this, and things like that. And you will be able to be on your way to have more information about yourself and why you feel the way you do. And he continues, I ask her, how is it possible? She says, because of toxic and hurting each other, I just don't have any feelings to you. when I was trying to fix our relationship, she just didn't want to work on us. Well, she's already probably have some reasons for that, and possibly other reasons as well, which she may have not told you, which could be she's changed, like we discussed. Everybody can change, and maybe she's met someone. Who knows? And he continues, for all my efforts, she answers, I don't love you and I won't be back. Why? Why she didn't want to even try? How could she just don't appreciate what we had? I can't understand it. Is she stupid? No, she's a human being and she's looking after herself. She feels that she wants to move on and try something else because she couldn't find happiness on her own. She had hoped that the relationship would bring her happiness, which is a futile expectations. Nobody should go in a relationship hoping that the relationship brings them happiness. They should be happy beforehand, on their own, through their own accomplishments and goals in life, and then bring that into the relationship and build something together. Obviously, she was hoping somebody else or something bring that situation or contentment or comfort or advancement or accomplishment to her through the relationship, but she wasn't able to bring that on her own. And perhaps she's now jumping to another situation with somebody else, hoping that that somebody else, that new situation, will bring her what she has failed to bring to herself all along. And so you should go and pray on your stars, count your stars, and be thankful that you found this out before you have children. And now move on and be celebrating. Have a celebrating move. Go. If you like beer, go have a beer and say Prost to life and move on. And don't be lingering on girls who don't want to be with you. Respect their wishes, but respect yourself and move on. Life cannot be summed up in one relationship or one woman, or a few women in one relationship, one man. If it's not working and you've tried and she didn't want to try, or you didn't want to try, but anyhow, you tried to put it together, it didn't work, move on. No need to hang around. Move on. Life is bigger than that. There's a lot more wonderful opportunities and possibilities await you, but unless you cut the cord from the dock, your boat cannot be exploring the ocean and find other islands and places they can go and find solace, happiness, and new experiences. Go on. Go on. Don't worry about why. Just focus on that's what it is and what you should have to do, what you should do in order to expand your experiences and move on and advance. That's what you should be focusing on. Who cares what she thinks? She made her choice. Bye-bye. Dean Winchester says, thank you, good sir. I will do just that. Okay. David says, hello, male 23, Dallas, Texas. Hello, male 23, Dallas, Texas. David. He says, I was driving again. It's Sunday. What are you driving? Oh, yes. Happy Father's Day. He says, happy Father's Day to you too. Are you a father, David? I guess not. 23. Well, hope not. That's too early. But anyhow, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Marcin Rizdek says, thanks for your words. You're really helping me to handle that. Good. Don't forget, share the videos on your social media. Help us grow. And make sure you go on my site, mind@6truth.com, and acquire Me, My Psyche, and I. Me, My Psyche, and I. The book that I just showed you, this is the book that you want to get. In email form, ebook form. Ebook form is less than a cup of coffee. A ducho in the malls in Germany. It's cheaper than that. That is $5.99. Go get it and read it every once in a while. Help yourself to get to know yourself, about yourself. All right. Dana says, what are your thoughts on single red flags, gut feelings, intuition, doubts? Is this something to trust in relationship to make decisions based on? Not to base decisions on, but to use them as your guidelines, because you know there's a force, there's an ability to feel other energies that are flowing towards you, as we are all made out of energy, and we are having a conflux, interchange with the energy of the universe, energy of the natures. And as this energy of the nature from one end of the universe flows to the other end of the universe from all directions, left, right, front and back, up and down, everywhere, these universal energies from one end of the universe flowing to the other end of the universe, and on their way they pass through us and energize us. And as they pass through us, we boost them, we affect them with the kind of energy that we have created in ourselves, which could change the polarity of it from a wonderful, happy, positive energy to some affected or not so clear or even negative energy boosts out, which is going to go and affect other people in its way or in close proximity for ours. And that same thing happens to you. So when you feel that energy is not good, trust it, but don't necessarily make a judgment too soon, because that could have been just an energy that was momentary. Something happened to that person that wasn't extending good energy. But when you continue a few times and you always feel uncomfortable and you don't want to be close to them because you feel the quality of the energy that is extending outwardly from them due to the fact that they change the energy that's flowing through them from one end of the universe to the other end of the universe and is affected, and the quality of it changes to something not so pleasant, then you will be able to use that to help your decision making, along with the actions and behavior of the person that you have had enough chance to see how they behave in social events and in interactions with you when you guys are together for coffee or some kind of an activity. Marcin says, but I don't hide the fact that it's really hard for me to find anyone better than she was. Well, then you're being unreasonable, because this is silly. How many girls have you known? What is it that you think just because the number of people that you met, perceiving them and not giving them a chance to show themselves and to get to know them, how special they are, and you simply, because of that, you think these ones are not as good as your ex, which the ex should be the bottom of the line anyhow, because she's the one who's not with you and chosen to break up with you. So what makes her qualify? It's only your desire. I've explained that to you. And just because you do that, that doesn't mean no other girl anywhere is going to be better than her. It's your own perception, your conclusion. You don't even giving yourself a chance, and you think this is a small sample of girls that you've gone out, that somehow you didn't give them a chance and you think they're not as good as the other one. That's how your judgment is also expanding toward judging about all other girls out there, and you think nobody because of this small sample. Your sample size is so small. Even you didn't give it enough chance to the small sample size, let alone the humongous number of wonderful women out there that you can't even imagine, because you don't even give them a chance in your own mind, let alone in the reality. Change that, and enjoy life. There's so many wonderful girls out there that you just have to be open to get to know them. All right. David says, nope, I'm not a father. Okay, good. Bartos says, I noticed that me and my friends have some real trouble with glorification of our exes, even when they hurt us. Any others? Yes. You go on my channel and find why you think your ex was the best, why you think she was the best, and things of that nature. Everything you think, almost everything you think in your mind after breakup, if you search it on my channel search engine, you're bound to see a bunch of videos come up. So go to it and find them. And Dana says, thank you so much for your advice. It helps a lot. Okay, guys, looks like I've hit all the questions, and it's time for me to say bye-bye for the day. I thank you very much for your time to be here. Don't forget about acquiring the books. Go on my site, mindthat6truth.com, and acquire that book, Me, My Psyche, and I, on ebook version. Very cheap, but very important for you to have it. And of course, share the videos that you like on your social media. I look forward to talk to you again soon. Be good to yourself, to the others, and bye for now.